This is how to play Janggi, the Korean form of chess. Hi, I'm Rick Knowlton, and I'm going to show you how to play this game. I'd also like you to know that you can go onto my website, ancientchess.com, and for free, download the booklet that tells you all these rules in detail. If I leave anything out, don't worry, it's all in the book. Diagrams, words, pictures, clear English, it's all there. So, after you watch this, you may want to go look it up. Let's look at this board now. If you're familiar with Chinese chess, xiangqi, then you probably think, oh yeah, this looks a lot like Chinese chess. Well, it does look a lot like Chinese chess, but sorry, there are a lot of differences, and I'm going to tell you all about them. First of all, look at the pieces. They're different sizes, okay. They're octagons instead of circles, okay. Look, these guys over on my side are all Chinese characters, just like in Chinese chess. Oh, sorry, yours are all different. They're different kinds of characters. You're going to have to learn that this is a horse, this is an elephant, this is a rook, etc., etc. Okay, that's a little starter for what's different with Chinese chess. Don't worry, if you don't know Chinese chess, I'm going to explain it all to you anyway. Let's talk about the moves of the pieces just to get that going. As you know, chess is a game where you try to capture the enemy king, and pieces have different moves, and that makes it very interesting, etc., etc. First of all, the rook, easy peasy. This just moves like a rook. It moves forward, backward, sideways. As you see, pieces in this chess move along the lines, not on the squares like we're used to. That's okay, you can get used to it. Rook moves like a rook, no problem. Knight moves like a knight. One space along the line, then one space diagonally. That makes a knight's move. It's important that you do it that way, one space on the line and then diagonally, because you have to understand that if there's a piece on that first intersecting point there, you can't go past it. So this knight cannot go to this point unless that pawn gets out of the way and allows him to go through. So the knight can be blocked. That's also like Chinese chess, okay? Alright, those are the only pieces that move exactly like Chinese chess, and this one is going to have a difference later on, we'll see about. This is one of the most unusual moving pieces in all chess forms. It moves one space along the line, like the knight, then two spaces diagonal. One space along the line, then two spaces diagonal. It's sort of an extended knight's move. And yes, your piece looks different. It's sort of like a cursive form of this. One space along the line, then two spaces diagonal. Okay? So, get used to that. Now, here's something a little odd. These guys inside the fortress, this is the fortress, by the way, these little 9 points. These three guys have to stay in there all the time. Other pieces come and go, come in, threaten your pieces in there, your pieces threaten mine, whatever, they don't care. But these pieces have to stay inside of here. The king is trapped in his fortress. The little guards are trapped in there too. And they move along the lines. So if there's a diagonal line, it can move there. But if there's not a diagonal line, it can't move that way. It has to move on the line. Same with the king. The king has the same move. It moves on the line. And by the way, that's a commander. You don't have the king on a Korean chessboard, just like Chinese. It's a battlefield. It's not a royal court. Now, here's something interesting. Like Chinese chess, the Korean chess has cannons. However, listen up, Chinese chess players, these cannons move differently. First of all, they need another piece to jump over just to make a move. Whether they're capturing or just making a regular move, they need to jump over one piece, be it friend or foe. For instance, if I want to go over here and capture this guy, I can. I jump over him and capture him. If I want to, let's see, capture this guy now, I can't because there's two pieces there. In fact, I can't move him at all. If this guy moves out of the way, then I can jump over him and capture him. Likewise, if it's not a capture, I could jump over him and just move him. However, I can't just start out like in Chinese chess and just go, oh, I'm going to just move my rook right here, I mean my cannon right here. and start threatening and all this stuff. No, you can't move your cannon there unless something else is there. Maybe you move your knight there first, your next move, you move your cannon there. Okay, that's one thing. Always needs an intervening piece just to make a move. One intervening piece. But here's another thing. A cannon cannot jump over another cannon. So I can't just go, oh yeah, I'm going to jump over this cannon and grab that guy's first move. No way, not allowed. Nuh-uh, take it back. This cannon is a cannon, you can't jump over him with a cannon. Another thing, you cannot capture a cannon with a cannon. Oh, I can't go like, oh, I got a screen in the way, I'm going to go capture this cannon. You can't do it because it's a cannon. Can't jump over a cannon, can't capture a cannon. Ne'er shall a cannon and a cannon meet nor influence one another. I can go to this space, I can go to this space, I can't go past him because I can't jump over two. That's what the cannons do in this game. Now, the pawns, they just move forward or sideways. That's right, they can start out moving sideways. They don't capture diagonally like in Western chess, you know, international chess, whatever. They just move forward or sideways. Okay, that's the moves. Now, a little bit more oddity here. The rook and the cannon and the pawn, since they move along the lines, well, if they're in the fortress, they can move along the lines of the fortress. So if this rook was in this fortress like here, he can move diagonally like that. Diagonally because there's a line there. Same thing with a pawn. If my pawn is here in your fortress, I'm putting you in check because this pawn can move along that line of the fortress. You can put me in check the same way if it makes you feel better, okay? In check. Okay, fine, I'll capture you. There. Now, oh, you can't put me in check with that. It would have to be a pawn. Sorry, pawn, right, check. There, go back. Okay, so, the rooks, the cannons too. If he's here, you go there. The rooks, the cannons, and the pawns can move along the lines in the fortress even if they're diagonal lines. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, very strange. Like Chinese chess, the kings are generally not allowed to face each other, or the generals. They're not allowed to face each other. If I'm here, I can't move like this. But there's an exception. If I'm way down material, you're just tearing me up with all your pieces all over the place, you know, and I decide I'm going to go ahead and create that situation anyway, I can do it. I say check, and you have to move out of it. Isn't that crazy? You have to move so your general is not on the same line as my general. Okay, but in so doing, I have just forfeited my right to win this game. Even if I later put you in a nasty little checkmate, then too bad. I don't win anyway because of that time when, remember, I put you in check with that. Well, that forfeited my chance to ever win this game. However, it makes it difficult because now you've got one guy who can put the other guy in check with his king. So as the aggressor, you're having a harder time going ahead and finally checkmating. And another little thing that's kind of related, if you checkmate me and the piece you're checkmating me with is protected by your king, that doesn't count. It's a draw. You can't checkmate with a piece protected by the king and expect to win. Okay, so I've pretty much told you all about the moves of the pieces in this game. However, there's one more peculiarity. Yeah, you might have noticed that this is a game fraught with peculiarities. There's one more peculiarity that you're going to have to know. When you start out this game, you set up the pieces like everybody always sets up pieces when they start chess games. But before you start moving the pieces, you're going to have a little shifteroo going on here. Let's see, have I got everything yet? No. Horse, pawn, the elephant, cannon, pawn, cannon, elephant, pawn, whoops, come on, I get those mixed up sometimes. Okay, before the game starts, the guy who moves first, say it's red, is going to possibly change these guys around. I can change the knight and the elephant spot on both or on just one. And then you have the option too. You can change the elephant and the knight on one side or both sides if you want. You can't go all the way over here and change both elephants on one side like that. You just switch them around locally, one side, the other side, if you want to. After I've done that, if I want to, and you've done that, if you want to, then the game commences and the fray begins. So, that is Janggi. And you probably do want to get the booklet on that so you can refresh yourself on all the rules. This is how to play Janggi as presented by ancientchess.com. Thanks for listening. Check out some more of my games. I'll tell you how to play chess from all over the world.